Hi guys, and welcome back to another Church Hunters video. Today we are at St Mary's Church in Burstall.
The tower was built in the 14th century. Originally, you can see this little gap here, it had a statue of St Mary at one point. Sadly, that is not here anymore, due to it would have been either raiders or it would have just been erosion, sadly. But this is a beautiful tower that has been preserved properly, which we're really glad to see. A lot of towers have now been cladded over, but luckily this tower has stayed in full form and you can still see the rock going the whole way up.
So the porch you can see here dates to the 14th century as well. These bits here are so delicately carved that they think this was reused from the rood screen, which is 50, and the barge boards are 15th century. And over here, interestingly, we have a pipe that dates to 1870. You can see the writing up there. So it's a very old and historic porch.
We can also see that on the side here, now we have the side profile of it. You can see that the back bit here is original, but as it comes around the front has been bricked. So at some point during the church's past, this has eroded down, it's broken down, and it was just rebuilt out of brick. This was the most common way to do it, the best way to do it, so it now has a brick, but you can see it is very old because of all the markings.
Right, we are now going to head inside and check out the interior.
Welcome to the interior of Burstall Church. So, on the inside here, we can tell that there has been a lot of renovation work done inside, because if you look up, you can see some of the faded plaster that has been applied onto it. However, during their renovations, they did do a very good job at taking care of all the roof struts, because they are all cared for very well, especially down the end where they have kept the original woodwork up there. It also looks to me like the angels you can see right above you, they have all been painted recently and had a lot of care put into them.
They are very well preserved.
Some of the best ones we've seen.
Yes.
Right guys, so behind us we have our organ and our tower, which is right up there. In our tower we have 3 bells. So, fun facts about the bells. They were built in 1718, which is quite old, and 2 of them still remain from that time period. However, one of them was recast in 1937, so that one still remains up there, but it is amazing that we can keep all 3. Now over to Samuel.
So the organ behind you here is quite modern, and it dates to 1984. So yeah, quite a modern organ,
Very
but no
new
less,
compared to a lot of organs we have seen.
no less beautiful than other organs we normally see.
And it is very well cared for as well.
Oh yeah.
Some of them you see are getting rusty or going strange colours on the pipes, but these ones are keeping their perfect shiny colour.
So guys, as we walk down the nave, we arrive at the transept. So this dates to about 1300. Interestingly, very interestingly, there's these glacial boulders. Now this church dates to around 1086, and we know that because it was in the Domesday Book. This suggests there was a holy pagan site before then, so possibly well before 1086. So it could be a much older church.
Actually standing here as well, as we look up towards these struts on the roof here, we can see these are the original ones. We can tell because they're not straight. Easiest way to tell that is when you look at them, they're a bit wobbly. That means they weren't cut by machine, they were cut by hand. Compared to them ones, which are a lot straighter, they were most likely cut by machine. So these ones are all original, cut by hand.
And if you look at the stained glass here, the east wall was rebuilt probably in the Victorian Restoration. There was a Victorian Restoration in 1876 when the stained glass was probably made, and there was another one in 1913. Those were the 2 major renovations. So for all those architecture lovers out there, The roof you see in the nave is a hammer beam roof, and the roof you see over there is a 14th century scissor braced roof. So this font is very unusual for East Anglia. It's an octagonal font and it rests on a central pillar you can see down here. Now this design is very rare in East Anglia, like I mentioned, and the font cover is also quite unique as well. It's a lovely, lovely design.
A lot of fonts that we see will have a lot of artwork on them and they'll be highly decorated. This one, as you can see, is just plain, which is very unusual actually, very unusual. You can see that on either side of me here, we have our beautiful pews. So, fun thing about these is these are all original. A lot of churches that we have been to, even in small villages, these have all been replaced over time. We can see that woodworm has got into them sadly, which will mean that eventually one day they will have to be replaced because eventually the woodworm will just destroy them. But for now, they are standing strong, and this is a symbol of how old this church is and how well preserved it has been. Because keeping these alive is very rare. Like the amount of churches we've been to, and you see them new, or you can see marks on the floor where they were. These ones kept in perfect shape and still being used to this day. Alright guys, so this behind me here, this is our original north door. Sadly, it was blocked off at some point. We are assuming it was between the 18th and 19th century that this was blocked off. That's a fun fact about a door. So over to Samuel for some fun facts about a chapel.
So here we have the par-closed screen. This probably enclosed a chantry chapel, tongue twister there. But these were all abolished by Edward VI in 1547. Back to Kai.
Yeah, don't say Chantry Chapel too fast because it will mess you up. But thank you so much guys for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe and we will see you in the next video. Thank you. So now over to Samuel for the Chantry Chapel.
No, it's not it's the chantry chapel.
The Chantry Chapel.
Chantry chapel.
Chantry Chapel.